everybody. I always feel like so silly because like we talk all like fun and natural, and then as soon as that goes on, we're like, but welcome to our yoga class here. My name is Michelle, and this class is brought to you by our Stepping Out program from the Mercy Health Foundation. So just get into something comfortable and have a relaxed seat here. We're going to just start by finding our breath and trying to just get our focus in on this moment right here, right now. With every exhale, try to just let go of your thoughts, of your worries, of that to-do list. Pressing both palms together at our heart center, we'll let our chin sink to our chest. And set our intention for our practice here this evening. Thinking about what you want to get out of your time on the mat, and what you want to focus on. Lifting our heads, let our hands just naturally fall back down to our knee. And in our seated position, we're going to do our cat-cow breathing. So as we inhale, we'll open up the chest and looking up. And as we exhale, tuck everything into our cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, inhale. Coming back up to our neutral spine. And both arms down along our sides. We'll have the right arm reach up and over to get a good side stretch in here. Let the left elbow naturally just fold towards the earth. Keep both shoulders one on top of the other, stacked. And our sits bones both anchored firmly to the earth. Back up through center, and we'll go with the left arm. Think about with each exhale just relaxing into the stretch by letting go. And back up through center. Go ahead and bring the soles of our feet together in our bound angle pose and gently bounce the knees. And slowly we're going to fold forward here. Just surrendering to the earth. With each exhale, try to just let go a little bit more. Rolling up to a seated position. Bring both legs together and we'll extend them into a staff pose. Back's nice and straight. Feel that energy going out of the crown of your head, pulling you up nice and tall. Shoulders are relaxed. We'll flex those feet up. And as we relax the feet, we're going to fold forward gently. Rolling up to a seated position, we'll pull the right leg in with us, let it cross over the left. That left elbow will hook on the outside of that right knee to come into a seated spinal twist. And you're looking over our right shoulder. If that's a little too far of a twist, we can just hug that leg in, whichever feels better for you tonight. And release. Extend the right leg out. We'll pull the left leg in, cross it over. And again, you can either hug that leg in, or if you want that right elbow to hook on the outside of the left knee to get a deeper stretch, look over the left shoulder. And release our bind. We're going to swing our legs underneath us and come to all fours, our tabletop position. Check to make sure our wrists are in alignment with our shoulders. Our knees are in line with the hip. Shoulders are active. Core is engaged and pulled in. Press into the tops of our feet. And again, we're going to do our cat-cow breathing. So as we inhale, we drop the belly, opening the chest and looking forward into our cow. And exhale. We're going to tuck everything in. Chin, tailbone, arch the back up, coming into a cat. Alternate between the two postures, following your natural breath. And meet in a neutral spine with this last set. We're going to go ahead and extend that right leg out, lifting it up so we're straight out from that hip. Toes are pointing down. Left hand will reach forward with that thumb up in a balancing table. We're going to pull that elbow in and the knee in and really arch the back up, tucking the belly in. And we'll extend back out with an inhale. Exhale as we pull it back in. And inhale. 3, 4, and 5. Back to tabletop. Extend the left leg out, lift it up, right hand out in front of us, thumbs up. Draw elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale as we extend, 1. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna walk the knees out as wide as our mat. And we're gonna come down to the elbows here. Elbows are also as wide as the mat. Our fingertips are touching. We're gonna come back, hips to heels, into a child's pose. Rest that forehead down, but we're gonna pull those hands now up over our head. So our hands are like a teepee over our head in our active child's pose. Release the hands down. So extend them all the way out into your child's pose, and we're gonna roll up to our tabletop. Go ahead and realign the knees to the hips before we roll down onto our bellies. Keep those elbows pressed in. And we're gonna do some cobras here. So as we inhale, we're gonna press up. Keep the elbows in, shoulders down. Look forward. And then go ahead and float back down with a good exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. And one last one. Inhale up. Press up through our tabletop. Go ahead and tuck our toes, and we're gonna press our hips up to the ceiling, coming to a downward facing dog. Press one heel in at a time. Walking the dog out. And then as we come to stillness, we'll get our alignment here. Make sure we're looking between our feet so the ears stay in between the arms. Tilt that pelvis forward. Press the heels towards the mat. Remember to keep your tummy pulled in. And we're going to go ahead and walk those feet up to the hands. Keep the knees gently bent so we can rest our chest on the thigh. We're going to hang out into a ragdoll in our forward fold here for a moment. Go ahead and release the hands down as we straighten out the legs. We're going to walk our hands over towards the right side and just continue to stretch in a forward fold. Walking the hands through center. We'll go all the way to the left side and stretch. Back to center. And slowly we're going to roll up to a mountain pose. Feel one vertebrae at a time. Straightening up. Head is the last thing that comes up. Imagine that energy flowing down our backs. So we keep that tailbone tucked under. As we come to our base, make sure all four corners of our feet have equal weight. And then feel the energy flowing up the front. So our thighs are engaged and they pull up off of the knees. Keep the tummy pulled in. Our shoulders are pressed down and back. Slightly tuck our chin under. Pull that head back. Halfway point reached. We're going to inhale both hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to a downward facing dog. Shift our weight to our left foot, raise that right foot into a three-legged dog. Keep the hips square to the mat, toes flexed. Draw that knee into your chest, arching that back up like a cat so you have room to swing that foot through. Coming to a low lunge first. Check that your knee is in alignment with the ankle, not forward of it. We should be able to be light on our fingertips. And release that back knee. Right hand is going to come to the left side of the foot. Then we're going to walk the hands out to the side and do a side stretch here. So just extending the arms out. And as we walk the hands back, stay in a little mini lizard pose here. Go ahead and bring that right hand to the outside of the right foot. And we're going to pull up to our crescent lunge. Hands up. As we release them down, we're going to let them swing through and come to that half split that we like to do. Well, that we do. So our weight is on that back, that left leg. Trying to keep that leg upright, perpendicular to your mat. Straighten out that front leg, the right leg. Flex those toes up. And as you exhale, lower the nose towards the knee. If you want a deeper stretch, those hands come up towards the foot. Shift that weight forward. And we're going to lift up that back knee, returning to our low lunge. Bring the right foot back. So first we're in a plank. Then lift those hips up, downward facing dog. Shift your weight to the right foot, left foot raises, three-legged dog. Draw that knee into your chest. Swing that foot all the way through, coming to a low lunge. Light on our fingers. We'll drop that back knee. Left hand comes to the inside of that left foot. So both hands are side by side here. We're going to walk the hands out over to the side and give it a nice stretch. Walk the hands back. Left hand comes to the outside of that left foot. And we're going to lift up to our crescent lunge once again. So as we engage, find our base. Relax the hands. Let them shift all the way through our weight back to that right leg, straightening the left. Relax the nose towards the knee. Back to the front. We'll lift that back knee into a low lunge. Let the left foot come back to meet the right in a plank. Nice and controlled. You can go to a half plank if you want here. We're gonna lower down to your mat. Keep those elbows pressed in. As we inhale, we'll push back up to a cobra. Exhale back down to your mat. Press through your plank. And lift those hips up, downward facing dog. Bend both knees deeply. Look to the top of your mat. Make your way there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we'll come halfway up to that flat back. You can have your hands either on the earth, ankle, shin, thigh, whatever feels good tonight. Make sure that we keep that neck nice and long and our gaze straight down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. We'll bring our hands to our heart center. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to a downward facing dog. Shift our weight to our left foot. Right foot raises, three-legged dog. Draw the knee into the chest. Swing that foot through, coming to our low lunge. Always check that knee. Light on our fingers. We're gonna bring that right hand to the inside of the right foot, so both hands are together here. Again, reach those hands out, and we're gonna do a stretch. Walk the hands back. Right hand comes to the outside. Drop that back knee. Lift up to our crescent lunge. Exhale, shifting our weight back to a half split. Shifting our weight forward. We'll lift that back knee once again. Bring the right foot back to meet the left, coming to a plank. Lift those hips up, downward facing dog. Shift our weight to our right foot, left foot raises, three-legged dog. Draw your knee into your chest. Swing that foot all the way through, coming to a low lunge. Bring that left hand to the inside of the left foot. Both hands are together here. Walk your hands out to the side. Give it a good stretch. Hands come back to the center. Left hand comes to the other side of that left foot. We'll drop the back knee, lift up to our crescent lunge. Release as we swing those hands through, coming to a half split, and relax into our stretch. Shift our weight forward. Raise that back knee, the right knee. Left foot comes back to meet the right, coming into a plank. We're gonna lower to the mat. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale back down to the mat. Press through cobra. Lift those hips up, downward facing dog. Bend both knees deeply, look to the top of your mat. Make your way there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. We'll Bring our hands to our heart center and breathe. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to a downward facing dog. Shift our weight to our left foot, right foot raises, three-legged dog. Draw your knee into your chest, pulling that foot all the way through for our low lunge. Light on our fingers. Right hand comes over to the left side. Once again, we're going to do that stretch over to the left. Walk our hands back to the middle of our mat here. Now before you go back over though, we're going to drop that back knee. Or you can keep the knee up, whichever you want. But our forearms, we're going to go down to our forearms here. As with always, if ever this takes it one step too far, just stay at the level we were at before. Lift back up to our low lunge. Right hand comes to the outside of that right foot. Drop that back knee. And we're going to pull up to our crescent. As we release the hands, shift that weight back. Half split.
Almost there. You can do it.
You can. We're almost there. Shift that weight forward, lift the back knee. Right foot comes back to meet the left, coming to a plank. Lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Shift our weight to our right foot. Left foot raises, three-legged dog. Knee to chest. Swing that foot all the way through for our low lunge. Light on our fingertips. Left hand comes to the inside of that left foot. We'll walk our hands over to the side for a good stretch. Last one. Well, last one like this. Walk the hands back. You can either lower your knee or keep that knee up, but we're going to try to go down on our elbows. Lifting back up, we'll bring that left hand to the outside of the left foot. Drop the back knee, lift up, crescent lunge. Hands up. Release the hands, shift our weight back. Last half split, make it a good one. Shift our weight forward, lift the back knee, come to a plank, and with control, lower to your mat. Inhale up to cobra, exhale back down to your mat. Press through plank, and lift those hips up, downward facing dog. Bend both knees deeply, look to the top of your mat. Make your way there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your hands to your heart center. Is that the big one, Heather? Okay. We'll inhale our hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your downward facing dog. Lower down to your knees, coming to a tabletop position. And we're gonna go to our pigeon. So that right knee to the right wrist, scooch that foot up until it feels comfortable. And then you can slide back into your pigeon pose. And feel free to explore different levels and possibilities. That is a haunted house. Okay, as we walk our hands back, we're gonna do just like we've been doing up above here. So we're gonna stretch those hands to the left and stretch over to the left. And walk the hands back to center. Make your way back to a tabletop. Left knee up to the left wrist. Scooch that foot up towards that right wrist. Lean back into your pigeon. Walk those hands over to the side. Get our side stretch in. Then come back through center. And we're gonna swing that right leg all the way around. Coming back into our lotus position that we were in at the beginning of our practice. Clasp both fingers, both hands together. We're gonna roll out the wrists. Press the palms away from us. Lift them up over our head. As we release them, if you can, clasp the fingers back behind you and straighten them out once again. And we're gonna fold forward. Rest your head on the earth if you can, and let your arms come up over your head. We'll come back up to a seated position. We're gonna switch, release your hands, switch which foot is in front. And we're going to interlace our fingers. Try to do it opposite than you normally do it. So I always go with my right hand going forward. So I'm going to try to make it that my left hand goes forward. And it feels so strange. So roll out our wrists. Press the palms away. And up. Exhale the hands down. And again, you're going to try to clasp opposite than what you normally do. So you might have to just go normal at first and pay attention to what you're doing. And then try to switch it up. And then extend those arms out. And again, we're going to fold forward. And if you can, let those arms fall up over your head. Back up to a seated position, release the hands. And we'll let our feet come out in front of us here. And slowly, let's roll down to our mat. The yoga roll, you try to keep both feet anchored at all times as you make your way slowly, slowly to the earth with control. Draw the left foot in, and we're going to raise that right foot up into the sky. And we'll do some ankle circles here. And go in the opposite direction. We'll make our mini circles on the ceiling about the size of a clock. Really feel the core engage while you're doing this and tighten it up. You can feel those muscles nice and strong here. And go in both directions. And bend that right knee, plant that foot, extend the left foot up to the ceiling. And ankle circles with this foot. Make sure you go in both directions. And we'll make our little circles on the ceiling about the size of a clock. Really feel that core, squeeze it in. And go in both directions. Let the right foot come up to meet the left. And we'll let the soles of our feet touch as we pull the legs down into our plie position or a frog pose. And then we extend those feet out into a wide-legged seat and pull the feet together. We're going to do that 5 times. And pull both legs into our chest and just rock side to side. Give our lower back a little massage here. We're going to keep a hold of the right leg as we extend the left leg out. Left hand keeps a hold of that right leg. Extend the right arm out. And we're going to pull that left leg over across our body, coming into a supine spinal twist. Keep both shoulders anchored to the earth. And if it feels good, go ahead and look over that right shoulder. And head up first and rock onto our back. Bring the left knee up to meet the right. And then holding just the left knee, extend the right leg out. Right hand on the left knee, left arm extended. Pull that knee across our bodies. Make sure both shoulders are anchored. And if it feels good, you can look over that left shoulder. comes up first, and we roll onto our back. We can release that left foot to the mat, draw the right foot in, keep our feet as close to our sits bones as we can get them. Arms are down alongside our body. Start with tilting that pelvis upward and then lift the hips up off of your mat, coming into a supported bridge. And then exhale as we release and roll back down to our mat. We'll extend first one leg and then the other. Big inhale and a big exhale. Feel your body starting to relax. If you want to grab any additional props at this time as we come into Shavasana, this is the time to do that. And once you get nice and comfortable, we'll start our body scan. Start by relaxing the toes. Feel your feet letting go. As the relaxation continues up through the calves. Take a few breaths to relax those thighs. Feel the legs roll open just a little bit as you let go. Relax the hands, allowing the fingers to curl up. Feel the relaxation flow up through the arms. With every exhale, just feel yourself growing heavier into your mat. And begin to release any tension held in your shoulders. Feel the relaxation continue up through the neck, and finally release the jaw. As you relax the muscles in the face, feel all the tension, all the stress just push up and leave out of the crown of the head, leaving us in our stillness and in our quiet.